Hey, ladies and gentlemen, digital investors of the crypto space, welcome back to another video. On this one, we're going to be going over the top 6 countries invested in cryptocurrency. SingularityNET announces SingularityDAO. This is super cool, and I can't wait to start going over it with you guys. We have Lebanon to launch digital currency in the face of economic and financial turmoil. Ex-Microsoft dev gets 9 years in prison over 10 million theft involving Bitcoin mixing. Billionaire hedge fund investor Stanley Drunken Miller bets on Bitcoin. We have Logic endorsing Bitcoin after Kanye West and PewDiePie have also endorsed Bitcoin. Digital currency is critical for the Fed. This is like just out, pretty much released, and it's pretty cool, pretty short as well. And Bitcoin sees big spike in number of active addresses. So we'll start here. If you guys are a frequent viewer and you want to show some support for the show, a like helps a ton for YouTube picking this up in their algorithm. And with that said, the number of active addresses on the Bitcoin blockchain hit 1.18 million yesterday, reaching similar heights to those seen during Bitcoin's 2017 bull run. So this is from @HansTheRed on Twitter. He says, wow, there are a lot of BTC active addresses in use yesterday. 1.1 million to be precise. That's the 7th highest of all time. In fact, the number of sending addresses did hit an all-time high of 836,000, he tweeted today. So we did hit an all-time high for sending. In fact, the number of active addresses was only 101,000 lower than Bitcoin's all-time high of 1.29 million addresses, seen on December 14th of 2017, 3 days before Bitcoin's price peaked at nearly $20,000. Woj added that the number of addresses sending Bitcoin actually did hit an all-time high yesterday at 836,000 addresses. This is possible because one Bitcoin address can send BTC to multiple addresses. Main point here, guys, how do we wrap all this up? People are using Bitcoin more and more. There's more daily activity. We know that we have reached more Bitcoin addresses now than there were in 2017, and the main thing here, we just hit an all-time high for sending Bitcoin. So people are using it, they're moving it. It's becoming more and more as a store of value that you can actually move around this value into different addresses to different people for cryptocurrencies across the board. Very, very cool. Also from the Fed, this is the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas. So Robert Kaplan, the president of the Fed Bank of Dallas, said that it was critical for the Fed to work on developing a digital currency during a virtual conference. He doesn't define an exact timeline, urging the Fed to kickstart its developments in the coming months and years ahead. So they want to kickstart it when? In the coming months and years ahead. But the key thing is the coming months, and I'm sure that they are kickstarting it, right from this very second. By the time they make an announcement about it, plans have already been flown into action. So this is pretty cool. That's it. It's pretty short. The rest of this is kind of more filler. It talks about the Fed's slow progress on making a digital currency, but we've been covering that. But anyways, guys, that's it. That's the news from the Fed Bank of Dallas. They need to kickstart it. They're saying kickstart it for what? That's the question that maybe we should ask ourselves. Now, after Kanye West and PewDiePie, renowned rapper Logic endorses Bitcoin. The now retired rapper and content creator, whose records have topped the charts on many occasions, noted that his manager Chris had convinced him to buy Bitcoin. While details about the investment have not been revealed, Logic mentioned in a tweet that it was, quote, a big investment in hashtag Bitcoin. Yeah, guys, I think the bandwagon, can we say the bandwagon is coming? The bandwagon is coming. It's here. We can see this. Not that every single one of these people is jumping on the bandwagon now, right? Maybe they invested in cryptocurrencies before all of us back when it first came out. But the main thing that I'm trying to say is that it's now a cool thing to be a Bitcoin investor, right? It's cool to own cryptocurrencies. This is going to become a cool thing now. It's going to be the thing that kids are going to want to do because they're looking up to the, I know a lot of people that love Logic, a lot of kids that love this rapper Logic, and they're going to be looking up to him. And when you have more and more people doing that, you have people like PewDiePie. Look at PewDiePie's audience. You have people like Kanye West. You have people like Joe Rogan and guests that Joe Rogan comes on. You have so many different people where now it is the cool thing to be a cryptocurrency investor, to know about Bitcoin. And it's going to continue to be the cool thing. And this is the bandwagon that is going to come, where you guys are going to see everybody. Once this bull run really kicks off, it's going to be so much bigger than 2017. I remember 2017, I was thinking, wow, when we got to that height, I was like, wow, everybody knows about Bitcoin. But really, nobody knew about Bitcoin. Just the people that, on my friends list, on my Twitter, on my YouTube, what I was watching, I was seeing nothing but Bitcoin all day. But the rest of the world, it wasn't like that for them. But we're seeing that bandwagon start to kick up now, and it is awesome to see. We also have another billionaire hedge fund investor betting on Bitcoin. So this here is Stanley Druckenmiller. On 9th of November, billionaire investor Stanley sets the crypto world abuzz with his endorsement of Bitcoin. Druckenmiller highlighted the growing stabilization in the BTC market in a just concluded CNBC appearance since the digital asset was launched 13 years ago, explaining that the asset class was picking up more branding value each day. He noted that the digital asset has plenty of attraction as a store of value to not just millennials, but also the West Coast tech types. Today's Bitcoin validation from an ultra high net worth investor is truly a game changer for cryptos. Now, if I can just reread a certain portion of this. So he noted the digital asset has plenty of attraction and store value to not just millennials, but also the West Coast tech types. So what's that mean? It means that Bitcoin being seen as a viable investment, as a store of value, is looking more attractive to different types of people, right? And now if we can go from not just millennials investing, but imagine you have millennials investing, you have boomers investing, you have Gen Z investing, you have all these different, like Bitcoin is going to meet a different need to different people, right? Maybe for the boomer, you want to put a couple percent of your net worth into Bitcoin to, hedge against inflation. But maybe for Gen Z, you're seeing that, hey, this is the future and I'm going to put 100% of my net worth in it, right? More and more people can see how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies can help them, whether they want to get rich, whether they really need to make better payments, whether they need less fees, whatever it is, Bitcoin's becoming more appealing. Anyways, the article goes on. So Druckenmiller asserts, frankly, if the gold bet works, the Bitcoin bet will probably work better because it's thinner, more illiquid, and has a lot more beta to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below, not only about, another billionaire hedge fund investor getting into this, but also about, not just millennials being into Bitcoin and not just one generation being into Bitcoin, but Bitcoin being perceived as a viable investment to more than just one class or generation or type of person, right? Are you guys seeing that same trend? Also, make sure you guys store your crypto off exchanges. As you guys know, as Bitcoin price gets volatile, exchanges have a tendency of going down for maintenance or what have you. Exchanges also get hacked. So by having your cryptocurrency on cold storage is probably the best thing that you can do. I recommend Ledger. It's what I use. There's also a link in the description, and if you buy through that link, it also helps support the channel. You can get a Ledger Nano X, a Nano S, but they also have some packs that I guess are on sale right now. So they have a backup pack. You get one of each for $149. Definitely, if you have all your crypto on exchanges, look at some way to get it off. It doesn't have to be Ledger. There's other options out there, but just make sure you're doing something that doesn't involve leaving your crypto on exchanges and hoping for the best. We also have this ex-Microsoft dev gets 9 years in prison over 10 million theft involving Bitcoin mixing. I don't really want to cover this entire article. I mainly want to cover one aspect of it because oftentimes I get comments in my videos and people are still confused on this. So long story short, this is a Ukrainian citizen. He was 26. He's sentenced in the U.S. District Court in Seattle for 18 federal felonies. Basically what he was doing was he worked at Microsoft and he was stealing cryptocurrencies and other forms of value from Microsoft and selling them. And then he used that to like buy a lake house and fund this luxury lifestyle. And he was also making false tax statements or, whatever the correct term is. But mainly, let me read this. So his criminal acts of stealing from Microsoft and subsequent filing false tax returns is the nation's first Bitcoin case that has a tax component to it, said Ryan Corner, IRS special agent. He says, today's sentencing proves you cannot steal money via the internet and think that Bitcoin is going to hide your criminal behaviors. So the main reason why I want to present this to you is because, a lot of people still have this false belief that Bitcoin's anonymous, that you can launder money through Bitcoin just fine, that you can go on the dark net and buy drugs just fine. But honestly, if you were to do anything illegal with Bitcoin, that would probably be the absolute worst thing that you could do. In fact, if you want to do anything illegal, cash is going to be a lot better than Bitcoin, because for the simple fact that, especially old bills can't be traced. So keep that in mind. A lot of people, I get comments, they're like, wait, I thought Bitcoin was anonymous. No, Bitcoin is not anonymous, and if you buy Bitcoin, you're gonna pay your tax on it. So yeah, this article goes over that and the theft, but I just wanted to use this article to show you guys, remind people that Bitcoin's not anonymous. I know a lot of people still pump that around, that Bitcoin's anonymous or whatever, but it's old news, and we know better now, right? If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. You'll be notified daily each and every time I upload a video. I do upload a video like this every single day where we cover Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything going on in the crypto space. If you could also drop this video a like so the YouTube algorithm picks this up, shows it to more people. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of next week. I know you can do it because you guys are awesome. We also have prices for today. Bitcoin sitting at 15,300, Ethereum at 447, XRP at 25 cents, Link at $13, DOT at $4, Cardano at 10 cents. You have a just under 8 cent Stellar again, Tezos at $2.14, and VeChain is at a penny. Our fear and greed index for today is the same as it was yesterday. We are at 90. We are in extreme greed. Bitcoin not moving much, so we're just kind of going stagnant as of right now. We also have South Korea, Singapore, and Switzerland, and Venezuela top list in relative cryptocurrency popularity. So about half of the total traffic last month came from just 6 countries: the United States, South Korea, Japan, India, Indonesia, and Mexico. This is where a majority of crypto traffic is coming from. So these are your top 6 countries for the month. Thought it'd be cool to know. Something even cooler to know is SingularityNET announces SingularityDAO. This is super cool. We're just gonna start reading. I'm thrilled to announce to you today a project SingularityNET Foundation has been developing and incubating in a quiet way for a while. SingularityDAO, a new initiative in the DeFi space. The mission of SingularityDAO is one dear to my heart: to improve the funding and growth situation for early and mid-stage blockchain projects. It aims to achieve this mission via leveraging AI and well-designed tokenomics to create radically more liquidity for the corresponding tokens. The context of this mission will be clear to anyone who has been active in the blockchain space in the last few years. During this time, hundreds of projects have launched unique decentralized software and social technologies based on tokenomic innovations. Many of these projects, however, struggle to achieve consistent project growth in spite of solid underlying technology progress, in part because low liquidity and high volatility render their tokens unappealing to purchasers. SingularityDAO introduces a new set of financial tools oriented towards solving these liquidity and volatility problems. SingularityDAO's novel AI DeFi mechanisms make it more beneficial and less risky to hold portfolios of utility tokens that individually have only modest liquidity, thus increasing the liquidity available to the projects that issued these tokens and providing an ecosystem in which volatility dampening mechanisms like futures and options can introduce. Our ultimate goal is to create market conditions that are favorable to high quality, innovative projects using tokens to achieve rapid growth. Now, this goes on for quite a bit longer. To go over the entire thing in detail would probably take another video. So if you guys want a deeper dive on this, and maybe we can do an overall deeper dive on what has happened with SingularityNET since we last covered it, let me know in the comments below. If we get a good amount of comments of people requesting, like a full video on SingularityNET and AGI, then I'll go ahead and do it. Let's move on to the Lebanon to launch digital currency in face of economic and financial turmoil. Lebanon's central bank governor says the country, whose lira has been in free fall, is preparing to launch a digital currency in 2021. I want to end the video on a question for you guys. So as we can see, Lebanon launching their digital currency in the face of economic and financial turmoil. What I want to know from you guys is, do you think the US will launch their digital currency when we are in the face of economic and financial turmoil, or do you think they're going to roll it out whenever they have it? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every single day when I upload. You get a video like this, Bitcoin, altcoins, everything going on in the crypto space to keep you up to date. And with that said, I will see you all on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.